Good morning, guys. Thank you for behaving extremely well for the sub today while I'm out. I appreciate it. You have one task that you have to get done for me today, and then you have some choices with how you use the remaining time. The task that I need you to finish is the pencil and paper grammar assessment. We take it at the beginning of the year, and then we'll take it again at the end of the year. All of the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors in the school will do this. So you are in good company. Everybody's in it together. You should make sure that you have your answer bubble form ready. You're going to need a pencil to fill this out. So make sure you've got those two items, your answer bubble form and a pencil. I want you to start with all of the easy demographic stuff. So up at the top in the boxes, you're going to write your ID number and then fill in the bubbles that go along with that. Next, you're going to put in your last name, as much of it as will fit. Don't worry if you run out of spaces. And fill in the bubbles that go with that too. And then the first two letters of your last name, or excuse me, of your first name. First two letters of your first name. And fill in the bubbles that go with that. Next, you look at the teachers, and you are all going to look for where it says Jones and fill in that bubble right there. My first hour class, you're going to fill in the bubble for period 1. My second hour class, you're going to fill in the bubble for period 2. Everybody is going to fill in the bubble for grade 9. Then you will use the rest of this sheet to give your answers on the grammar assessment. Don't write on the testing booklet, only write on the answer form. There are 30 spaces, but you're only going to use 26. So you're going to have 27, 28, 29, 30 blank at the bottom because there are only 26 questions on the test. Let's look at the test booklet now because there are two different kinds of questions and they can be a little bit tricky. We want to make sure you understand how they work. So we're looking at the front now, up here where it says P1 and P2. P1, practice 1, is sentence correction, and these are going to be questions 1 through 18. They're all going to work like this. Essentially, there's a sentence, a piece of it is underlined, and you have to decide if the underlined piece is okay the way it is or if it needs to be fixed. So we'll look at P1, sentence correction. Hoping to see signs of life, the scientist slowly lifted up the rock. Okay, answer choice A is always going to be exactly the same as the question that's above it. So answer choice A is no change, leave it alone. The other choices, B, C, D, E, are all going to be different, and only one choice can be correct. So you're going to look at things like capitalization, punctuation, maybe some spelling, maybe some word choice or word order, so that you make it as correct as it can possibly be. Keep in mind that this is a pretest. We don't expect you to know all this stuff right now. We just need to see where you are to start out with. So for P1, your best answer choice would be letter B. After that introductory phrase, hoping to see signs of life, you need a comma, because that phrase describes what comes right next, the scientist. Questions 1 through 18 will work that way. Then look at P2, usage, practice question 2. These would be questions 19 through 26, so there's 8 of them. And in a question like this, there are 4 different things, 4 different parts of a sentence that are underlined, and then out to the side, choice E would be no error. What you're doing on P2 is you're looking for the problem. So notice how it's different. In the P1 type questions, the sentence correction questions, you're looking for the answer that's correct, the answer that's right. But in the usage questions, you're actually looking for the problem. You're trying to find an error. And if there's no error, if it's okay, you choose E, no error. So look at P2. Alan is afraid of the rain. He likes the thunder instead. Looking at that, we're looking for any kind of problem, any kind of error. And we can see there is an error, and it's letter C. This is a run-on sentence. It's called a comma splice because they put together 2 sentences and they just used a comma, and you're not allowed to do that. So we would choose answer C for question P2. So that's how they work. This is an individual silent assessment. You need to be quiet while you do this. Do not write on the on the test booklet. You're going to write all of your answers on the answer page only because we need to use these test booklets again. Okay, you're going to double check your answers when you get finished. I want you to do it in pencil so that you can change your mind if you see something that, that needs to get fixed. When you get these done, you're going to turn in both papers, the test booklet and the answer sheet, and then you have really 3 choices for what you can do with the rest of the time. Number 1 would be if you need to do your homework reading. Remember that tomorrow in your homework packet, your short story packet, pages 17 to 19 are 17 to 20 are due. So it's the last 4 stories in your short story packet. They're all nonfiction. They all really happened. Read them and be ready because we're going to work with them in class on Wednesday. Number 2 would be independent reading. If you have your novel with you that you chose for independent reading, you can use this time to read quietly. And choice 3 would be if you have your smartphone or your tablet and you downloaded the Spelling City app and you want to work with your vocabulary, you can do that. Remember that the logon is Jones14-15 and the password is English9, all together, no spaces. I have confidence that you're going to do a wonderful job for the sub. Do your very best work on the grammar test. Good luck, and make sure you're ready for class tomorrow, Wednesday. Thanks.